Hello, hello, hello. Okay. I am back. I actually meant to be back a lot sooner. I know you guys from my last video probably thought I went off the deep end, but that's not possible because how can you go off the deep end when you're already off the deep end? No, what happened to me though was I have been in YouTube jail and I just got back out of YouTube jail. I got a strike and wasn't allowed to upload or do anything for a minute. Why? Why did I get a strike? Well, it was for telling the truth. Yeah, so I guess I'm going to have to go through and delete a bunch of videos out of here because it was an old video. But you know how that goes. So today's topic, I am going to be talking about the Supreme Court and how their document got leaked saying that it looks like they are more likely than not going to be overturning Roe versus Wade, which, if you're somebody like me who is pro-life, if you guys didn't know, I'm pro-life, it's a step in the right direction. I think there's a lot of overreaction from people on the left, a lot of screaming, a lot of crying. Hey, but I'll say this. If you are somebody who has one of those liberal tear mugs, those liberal tears mugs, today is one of those days when your cup is going to runneth over. Oh, because it's kind of funny to watch the reactions to this. So, no, overturning Roe v. Wade does not mean that abortion immediately becomes illegal throughout the country. It just means that it goes back to the states. Okay, I have some comments here. Oh, yeah. Thank you, Catholic Controversy, telling me to be sure to re-upload to Rumble and BitChute. Yep, sometimes I also just need a break. My videos should be up on Rumble and BitChute. Yes, now that men can have periods and babies, according to liberals. Abortion. Yes. So there have been some crazy takes, of course, from woke Hollywood. I see Whoopi Goldberg is angry that she can't get an abortion now. I'm like, you're 80. You couldn't you couldn't have an abortion like 40 years ago. Stop it. Stop acting like you're upset. Yeah, Amy Schumer, she's off the deep end. It's the usual suspects. George Takei, he's got something crazy to say. I am willing though, however, to make a compromise. How about this? What if men can have unlimited abortions and then we'll just shut them down for women? So so there, men can have as many abortions as they want. Spank the monkey. Derek, if a man bleeds through his thing, he better go to the hospital. Yeah. Hello to everyone. Man, it's nice to be back. I would like to announce, though, that I'm going to try to do at least a couple of live streams a week. I'm now in the process of learning, I think that it's Restream. I'm trying to learn how to use Restream so that I can do screen shares at the same time. Because just yapping like this at folks isn't the best. And also, yeah, I have a piece here from the Federalist. I was going to read part of it. It's 12 pro-life truths to counter every abortion myth. But you can't see it because I can't screen share when I'm just using my webcam, which is why, like I said, I'm trying to learn some other, applications there to make this a better process. I'm not going to read this whole article, but I'm just going to read this part about what happens with rape and incest, which is, jumping here. All right, pro-abortion claim. In the case of rape or incest, when a woman was an innocent victim of an involuntary act, she should not be forced to carry a child. She would be forced to suffer even more. Why it's wrong. 1% of women say they want an abortion because they were raped, and less than 0.5% say they are pregnant as a result of incest. Even in such very rare cases, an unborn child should not be killed for another person's evil deed. The pregnant woman needs love and support, not more trauma. And let me just add on to that, which is I think it's really wrong that you don't execute the rapist, but you would execute the innocent child. To me, that makes no sense at all. An estimated, back to the article here, an estimated 800,000 abortions take place in the United States each year. Common reasons given for seeking an abortion are that a child would disrupt the mother's education. That's 38%. Interfere with job or career, 38%. Or be unaffordable, 73%. About half of respondents said they didn't want to be a single mom or were having relationship problems. About a third said they didn't want any more kids, just 25%. Said they didn't want people to know that they had had sex or gotten pregnant. 32% said they weren't ready for a child, and 22% didn't feel mature enough to raise children. More than half of those seeking an abortion had had at least one previous birth. So, yeah, that is it for the amount of the article that I'm going to read there. Catholic Controversy says OBS is pretty easy. I use OBS for screen, I guess for like whenever I want to record my screen, but I haven't figured out how to do the live stream. And that restream stuff, they have a lot of really cool options and features that I would love to. Let me show this comment here that I would love to add. I think it would make it a more fun and interactive and just a better looking, more professional type of stream. Oh, all right. Yes, the yeah, that person should have castration. I am pro castration. Probably chemical castration though. Castration or life in prison is how I believe we should deal with those kind of things. And I don't know, like I guess I tend to think about getting pregnant through rape a lot because of I guess my racial background. So a lot of people they want to know like what I am and they'll say something like, "Oh, well, what's your nationality?" And then I'll say I'm an American, and then they'll say, "Oh, you know what I mean." And then I'll say, "Well, then ask me the correct question." No, but they want to know what I am, and I say, "Okay, I'm black," because that's the simple answer. And then they're like, "Oh, well, are you mixed? Do you have a white parent?" And then I'll say, "No, both my parents are black." And then like, people are like nobody ever stops there. And they're like, "Well, why are you so light? Like what happened?" And then I have to explain that, I'm an American descendant of slavery and that basically I look like this because of rape. And I don't think that it is fair for me to be like, "Oh, and really if you go back, everybody is a product of rape at some point in time." I don't think it's fair for me to say, "Well, it's fine for me to be born, via rape, but it would be wrong for like other people." Like I can't go and like pull the rape ladder up behind me, like like that would be kind of hypocritical. But yeah, there was an interesting study done with it was 23andMe in conjunction with Harvard University's uh, genetics center, and it showed that I think they sampled around 5,000 people who self-identified as African Americans, not like Africans. Um, But that study found that around approximately 25%, maybe 26, I think actually may have been technically 26% of our genetics or our DNA actually comes from mostly like white males. Basically, you can see that transatlantic slave trade story through our genetics, which means that actually African Americans are closer to, like, if you were to find that pure 100% like Swedish and 100% African person, if those two people mated and had like a pure 50-50 kid, African Americans are actually closer to a mixed person, genetically speaking, than they are that pure African person. So I'm about a quarter rape. Sorry, that is like a tasteless joke. Um, Reading the comments here. Yep, either way, yes, and life in prison. Yeah, sorry. Yeah, sorry about laughing when talking about sensitive things. It's a bit of a defense mechanism, but I mean, it is what it is. Like I said, and it's not just me. Look at the Sicilians. The Moors went through there. The whole the Southern Italian thing. Those used to be blonde-haired, blue-eyed folks. Same thing with a lot of the Spaniards. A lot of those used to be blonde-haired, blue-eyed folks. Not anymore. Not anymore. So how could I deny other people the right to live? Plus, I think as a society, what we should be focusing on and uplifting are people who go through that horrible tragedy of being raped and then becoming pregnant and having a child. Those are the people that we should be looking at as heroes and uplifting and supporting, instead of that, the Cash Me Outside girl. Cash Me Outside, how about that? That girl who got $50 million, or she claims she made $50 million on OnlyFans. Like, that's what we're supporting as a society, instead of people who are doing the most selfless thing that you could possibly do. And also, I think when people go straight to abortion for, if you become pregnant via an assault like that, like people aren't thinking about how abortion itself, like that's another traumatic experience. That's another loss. And, people live with guilt. And if you have procedures like that, unfortunately, sometimes they can cause you to become sterile, and then you might wind up killing the only child that you may ever have. They lead to things like, I think it's called Asherman's or Asher syndrome. Oh, I'll have to look that up. But it's tough. It's tough. That's really the only scenario where I think sometimes they're, like where I could understand, or it's more understandable that somebody would want to do that, or a society, I guess, would want to say that that's okay. But outside of that, I mean, really, most, like 99% of the time, it's just people who want to have consequence-free relations, and relations aren't consequence-free. But there are a million different types of birth control that people can use. I mean, you can double up, you can triple up, you can quadruple up if you want to. But if you make a baby, then you need to be responsible for it. That's another human life. It's not my body, my choice when it's somebody else's body. Like, my body is different from my mom's body. Yes, there was a time when I was in my mom, but we've always been two separate, genetically distinct individuals. And life does begin at conception. If a baby wasn't alive at conception, then it wouldn't grow. It's really just that simple. Catholic Controversy says double up makes it less effective. I've heard. Oh, I didn't mean that kind of doubling up. I meant like using. I meant. I meant. I meant like birth control plus something else. Although I will say I did know a couple where the woman had her tubes tied and then the man had a vasectomy and they still had a baby, which is crazy. You have to basically go in there and tell the doctor to cauterize the tubes so that they don't grow back, or they will just regrow over time, and you will be right back to where you began, having more babies. Where am I? I am 15 minutes in. Okay, what else did I miss? While I was in jail, while I was in YouTube jail, I guess Elon Musk looks like he's going to be taking over Twitter. I'm pretty excited about that. I have started tweeting again. I think I stopped after they kicked Trump off, or right around there. So I put out a couple tweets. I did tweet out that I was in YouTube jail, but nobody's really looking for me on Twitter because I don't really post there often, and I don't know. I don't know if I'm ever going to be a prolific tweeter. It's just not my thing. I like YouTube a lot more, and I like being able to like talk to you guys. It's a lot. I don't know. It's just, this is more up my alley. Okay. Anything else? So yeah, Elon Musk. Wow. People are just melting down. That's also a lot of fun to watch. Once again, if you got those liberal tears mugs, it's been a really, really good week for that. I don't understand all these people being afraid of free speech. It's crazy. Yeah, Catholic Controversy says Twitter is weird. It is. It is very weird. Respect Monkey. What's with men going to jail and finding wives and having children? Oh, hey, hi, Mike. It's I kind of love that you have a nickname for me. Thank you. So, yeah, they're afraid of truth and reality. Yes, they are. Yeah, because it looks like, people sometimes they say, hey, do we have any chance of winning? I say right now, it's really feeling like the tides are turning. Yeah, men are going to female prisons. Oh, okay. Yeah, that's what you meant. Yeah. Yes, women are getting pregnant in jail. Yeah. Yes, because because all you have to do is say, I'm a woman now, send me to the women's prison. Why would anybody go to why would any man go to a man's prison if he knew he could go to a woman's prison? It's pretty ridiculous. Catholic Controversy says they're afraid that we will do to them what they do to us. Yes, they are. And it's so funny. All Elon is saying is, and he wants an equal playing field, and they are acting like it is the end of the world. Oh, well, he could stop, he could stop news from getting out. He could do exactly what we've been doing for so long. And I have to tell you, when I saw that those numbers that were coming out, where you saw thousands and thousands of people from prominent who had accounts who were prominent leftists, they're losing thousands and thousands of followers, and then people on the right are gaining thousands and thousands of folks. I don't think that that's all just people quitting and then joining. I'm about 1,000% certain at this point that there were algorithms and all kinds of other things that were going on, shadow banning, not letting people see comments. Because even here on YouTube, sometimes when I get comments and stuff, where the little bell will show when I get comments, and sometimes I'll go there to click on the bell, and there will be a comment in there, and it's not on my page. And then you can go to your YouTube studio, and then sometimes there will be there's a section where maybe YouTube said, oh, something is not appropriate, and we put it over here. It won't be in my answered or my unanswered. Like it's nowhere. It's like YouTube just deletes comments for no reason. It takes people's comments away for no reason. I'm sure they're just trying to decrease my actual real interaction. I know they're doing it on YouTube. I know they play with stuff all the time, and I'm sure they're doing the same thing on Twitter. And I can't wait for, I guess, Elon to get a hold of everything, and maybe he'll let us know what's going on. But I really do not like this whole thing where basically the public arena is subject to the whims of billionaires. This really should have been addressed via Section 230. We just need to treat these platforms like they are public utilities. We shouldn't have anybody shadow banning anyone. And the rule of the day should be the rule of the land, or the law of the land, which is freedom of speech. I don't get this whole thing. Oh, I might hear something that hurts my feelings, so you have to stop everyone. No one can ever talk again. Oh, it's just really irritating and really annoying and really weak. Let's see, what do we have here? Oh, yes, Spank the Monkey says, lucky the Ministry of Truth is run by a Mary Poppins wannabe. Oh, yes, thank you. Yeah, now we're going to have the Ministry of Truth. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, I'm waiting for those announcements to come out. That's going to be extra special. I plan on having a lot of fun with that. E. Scott's, I love how they established the Ministry of Truth the second they list control of Twitter. Yes, it is going to be a lot of fun. So I think those are all the topics that I planned on covering today. I plan on being back tomorrow, either live or with a video. Eventually, and hopefully tomorrow I will have figured out how to use Restream, and I'm going to ask a couple of you guys, if you catch me tomorrow and I'm using Restream, maybe you can let me know if you can see, like if I try to do a screen share, let me know if you can see how things are on the screen, or let me know if the audio is off, because it's going to be a whole new thing with like audio settings. So, Restream is easy to use. Cool. I think, is Restream the one that's also called Melon? Let me see which one, because that's Restream. Yep. That I have that pulled up over there. Yeah, so that's the one I plan on using. I'm glad that it is very easy to use. I'm partway through like this 1 hour long tutorial video on it, which is a little off because the guy who's using it is using the professional like the paid version. So it looks a little different from the free version. Although I'll probably have to at some point upgrade to the $15 a month version. Right. Probably around the same time I decide to start paying so that I can live stream on Rumble, which, isn't free. It should be free, but it's not. But anyway, I will I guess check out here. Thanks for joining me for this messy little video. Tomorrow I'll try to be back. And oh man, this is messy. I forgot to clean up behind me. Oh no, sorry. I just realized how junky my background is. I mean, it's never like fantastic, but I got like the tripod is here on the sofa, and I got this decorative mask on the, I should have cleaned up. Okay, anyway, sorry. I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you so much for stopping in and saying hi when I'm on here. I don't know what time I'll be on tomorrow. Hopefully in the afternoon. Bye. Love you guys. Thanks.